I watched the story, you're going to be cringing the whole time. Well, that'll be fun then. Clearly, I need to, you know, like, I'm not doing that. This is embarrassing enough, okay? I'm a fucking gaming channel. Though, we might do a lifting stream someday. Nice dog cam. Yeah, I know, I set up dog cam. It's perfect, isn't it? They're both girl dogs. Small one is Sammy, and big one is Sophie. Sammy is a Papillon. Basically a French dog with big ears. Kind of a show dog, but she's a rescue. We didn't buy her. And Sophie is some Rhodesian Ridgeback mix. Rhodesian Ridgeback is like a African dog. Kind of a sad story behind that dog breed. They were basically used to distract lions. So that's kind of sad. But she's like a mix with some other even larger dog breed, because the females are only supposed to be like 70 pounds, and even though she's kind of fat, she's like 100. Did the US have a Remembrance Day for men who died in the World Wars? So I would assume Memorial Day is that, yes. No, I mean, technically I do have an above average American education, but you know, history was always one of the things they shirked on, because they don't want to educate Americans about real history. Alright, we'll do Hardened, because I'm assuming Hardened is much easier than World at War is Hardened. We're not gonna do Veteran. I know you guys want me to do this. Listen, I made that mistake in the Halloween stream. If it's too easy, we can bump up the difficulty.
Would you look at that?
Hell of a world! Who's up for saving it?
До свидания.
This is already unbelievable. This squad of people, already unbelievable. I think this is a Silent Sten Mark II, which is funny because Forgotten Weapons, I think, just did a video on this gun. Which is... I don't know if that's a coincidence or not. I know he's been consulted on games before, but I think that was Battlefield. How the fuck? I mean, that's probably what should happen. That's what should happen. Oh, that's what... You know, let's see if we can kill him, just for the hell of it. Oh, what? I can't shoot him now. I can shoot him. Sometimes it lets me shoot him, sometimes it doesn't. Really? We can't kill him. Come on. Alright. Fine. You know, I used to really like Laura Bailey. I don't think I do anymore. This is probably something... I don't know if anybody here watched Critical Role. I highly doubt it. And it's... I feel like I'm exposing myself as a Redditor the more I talk or some shit. It's like... Yeah, I watched the first series of Critical Role because, unfortunately, I don't know any people who actually want to play D&D. I've tried to get a D&D game together multiple times. It just never worked out. So I watched Critical Role. You know, it went to shit. It became, like, insufferable eventually. I read about that non-binary Battlefield character or whatever. Apparently Rainbow Six is adding a trans operator. I'll have to look into that because I haven't played Siege in a while, so. Laura Bailey woke now. Yeah, no, she's, I think part of it is performative, if you want my opinion. Because if you watched, if you watch Critical Role, her husband, Travis Willingham, he's, I don't think he's woke. I think he's, you can tell sometimes with these people. Oh, look at these sights on World War II guns, by the way. So again, you know, you guys might know better than me, but did any STG 44s have fucking scopes on them? And this is 1945. We're not even in the Fantasy World War II part yet. So, what does non-binary mean? I have no fucking clue, dude. No clue. I mean, I know what it means, but not what it actually means. I hate when games make you do this. It's another hidden loading screen. Like, I don't even hate the idea of hidden loading screens, but I hate how utterly abused they are to slow down the gameplay. Yeah, this is a 2.5 times scope in World War II. Did they even make 2.5 times scopes? I mean, maybe some prototype thing. I don't know. I have no fucking clue, okay? Maybe I'm talking out my ass, but I feel like I've never seen this. What the hell? What the hell is this? Okay. Strange gun. I don't think I've ever seen this before. I might have to look up forgotten weapons on this now. Can they please make a game where the allies do something? Why are they even there if they don't even kill anybody? Oh my god. Look at this. That MP40. I mean, I know it gets much worse than this, but that MP40 looks fucking weird. I guess it's a stock. It looks weird. Oh my god. I wish I could kill them so bad. I really do. Oh, at least they have swastikas. There you go. That's a step up above COD World War II, at least. God damn it. COD hates shotguns. It hates shotguns. Look at how bad this is. I can't even run here. That's the worst part. I can't sprint. Was that a jump scare in a Call of Duty game? What the fuck was the point of that? Just play Guardians of the Galaxy? I did, actually. I debated reviewing it because it actually was not bad. But I'm not going to play it again. It's not that good. But, you know, I played it. It wasn't bad. Had some issues. It felt a lot like a Sony cinematic game, but I still had fun playing it. I wouldn't say it's worth $60, but when it's cheap, why not? You know, if you like those, like, very linear, shit ton of cutscenes type of games. It was mostly good because of the writing. Like, the team dynamic among the Guardians, that was actually written very well. I was surprised. Most modern games don't have very good dialogue writing. It's always, like, Marvel shit.
Australia.
This is truly the diversity squad of World War II.
Get on with it.
Say it.
During the occupation, you saw French soldiers who looked like me carry guns in your streets. Marry your women. That's what I hear when you speak German.
Made a fucking BBC joke. A cuckold joke. In a World War II game. Okay.
We thrashed you once.
Why wouldn't he just fucking put a Luger to his skull right after saying that? I mean, why would he keep him alive? This makes no goddamn sense. I didn't even say anything. Also, did I not call it? Did I not call it like 20 minutes ago that your character would die? This is toothless, as they say. Do you guys know who Sam Maggs is? I would recommend looking her up on Twitter. She helped write this game. She's helping write the Knights of the Old Republic remake, which, why do you need writers for a remake? It's supposed to be a remake, not a reimagining, I would imagine, right? But no, they hired this fucking talentless hack. Yeah, I figured you guys would know about who Sam Maggs is, but, you know, maybe some of you don't. You guys can tell that person. Spread the knowledge.
The Nazi. The one who killed Novak.
Old friend of yours, is he?
We have history.
Oh yeah, what kind?
Of course, God. Why would this Russian sniper woman have history with, like, a Nazi officer? This is fucking soap opera shit. I can't. See, they've already lost me, so I can't take this seriously. Even if this D-Day mission is done well, it's like my immersion is broken by the absurdity of this already, so, you know. I might as well just shitpost. Where the white women at? Yep, that's what this guy said. Please let me just play the game. I feel like I have to say this every time we play a modern game, but it's like, is anyone, I mean, okay, maybe like children, which again, as I established in my last video I just released, these games are made for children, but is anybody else really impressed by like all these cutscenes? So many fucking cutscenes. Okay, look at how much they slowed my walk speed, man. Come on. Okay, I know I'm nitpicking so many shit, but look at how dumb this tactical sprint looks like this. I just realized that says MP40. What? How much is that? Someone pointed this out earlier. Yeah, 64 round drum magazine. What the hell? Now I want like they need to have like the Frankenstein guns though, to truly make this curse. Drum magazines did exist for the MP40, but it was reasonable. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure some of this existed, but like, I don't know. I feel like if there's anything I've learned about World War II, it seems like most things were standardized. I mean, maybe not necessarily like what firearms, but you know, there was no real modularity, I guess. You know what I mean? Or at least not extensive modularity. Again, I'm not a historian, so I'm sure there's exceptions to these rules, but a lot of things were like streamlined because think about it, you're making guns for millions of people across, you know, the fronts or whatever. Across the teams. We'll call them the teams like this game does. Yeah. So, I imagine you probably want to standardize things. Battlefield 1 makes this game look like a dumpster fire. Yeah, it's funny how Battlefield 1 is like one of the only World War I games, and it's like the best one. How much you want to bet the female sniper dated the SS officer, and that's the history between them to make this narrative even more stupid. Anyways, thanks for the entertainment, Sid. No problem, man. And yeah, I hope not, but I could definitely see it. As I commented earlier, this is very, you know, soap opera-esque. If they do that, that'll be very cringe, but kind of expected. Or is this another, like, oh, let me loot every single body. What is this, fucking Fallout? How are we moving backward in FPS design? I mean, it works for some games. I was actually okay with it in Wolfenstein, but like for a high-octane shooter, do I really want to like, oh, let me look at the body. Oh, let me grab that. Just pick it up. Just fucking pick it up. Call of Duty has this weird thing about realism where like some of the shit is realistic and then some of it is like really stupid. Honestly kind of offended how they bring up racism yet whitewashed all the racist shit committed by Western governments toward blacks. Yeah, I mean that tends you could definitely see a very pro-government message in most games these days. I think you're probably not going to see an anti-government thing in any AAA game for a long time. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's some shit I'm not thinking of, but I don't know. I don't want to get into conspiracy theory territory, but yeah, anti-government is not gonna be in fashion for a while. I'll say that. It's only anti-government when Orange Man was in charge. Yeah. Obviously, yeah. Even Mankind Divided was woke. Yeah, it kind of was. It wasn't that bad, but when they did the Augs Lives Matter, that was giga cringe. Like, that's the irony of this shit is that, you know, I mean, given the time period, there should be a lot more racism. Granted, you know, It's a black guy, I guess, in a British company, so maybe it's a little different, but, you know, still, you would definitely see some of it. But only the bad guys are allowed to be racist, you know? That's just kind of that's how things are going to be for a while, let's be real. I mean, we're trying not to offend people, you know? That's it. That's literally all they care about.
See for yourself.
This game is so boring. How have you not fallen asleep yet, Synthetic Man? That's why I'm drinking coffee. And it is coffee. It's not like, you know, some other illicit substance.
Get a second sun burning in the sky.
Glad to see a YouTuber call out the woke stuff. I may not agree sometimes on what's a good game. So sick of people lying for money or clicks. God bless. Well, thanks, man. I'm assuming you're referring to Doom Eternal, because I feel like that's the game that everyone disagrees with. You know, I disagree with most people on, but yeah, I mean, look, people need to understand that I don't think Doom Eternal is a bad game. I just hate the people who play Doom Eternal, which is going to come up again. But yeah, the wokeness, you know, I tried to point it out while not losing my channel, so that's probably going to be harder the more subs I get. Is it bad that I'm expecting a trans character in World War II because of Sam Max? No, unfortunately, that's kind of a realistic expectation. I mean, I don't think they're going to do it. That's a little bit too far even for them. But I can't blame you for thinking that would happen. Friendly fire never worked before. Why'd friendly fire work that time? I literally deliberately shot people in the head and it didn't kill me before. Oh my god, that is so fucking perfect. Are you kidding me? Holy shit. The guy who made that comment about the images taken before disaster. That is so perfect. I read that before I unpaused. Holy shit.
Where's Webb?
Do developers really not know how to make video games anymore? Do they really think having a cutscene every 5 minutes is engaging? And listen, you know, I know the type of people who watch me aren't likely going to be casual gamers, but on the small chance that there's one or two of you in this chat, what is appealing about a cutscene every 5 minutes? Please tell me. Please tell me how that engages you. Synthetic Man, if you had to guess, is there more gameplay time or cutscene time? It's close, but there is more gameplay time, I think. Though it depends on how much of that you count as gameplay. Koyo Oko, thanks for the 20 bucks. Too many in-game cutscenes is why I couldn't go for a second playthrough of Metro Exodus every 5 minutes for at least 25 minutes. Oh, and Unstoppable too. Yeah, I gotta play those Metro games. I meant to. I think next year I'll probably start clearing out some of my backlog. I want to do more nostalgic game videos though too, even though they never do well. Just because I'm tired of covering modern games. It's painful. What's the N-word in German? Because I keep hoping that somebody's going to say it. But I know it's never going to happen, but you know, I can dream.
In that moment, I knew what I had to do.
Is this really the worst racism we're going to get?
Below the clavicle.
To make him their leader. The Allies must have been desperate.
Oh, come on. Missed perfect opportunity. Is this a movie or a game? Yeah. The sad part is, in the past, like, 7 or 8 years, I've asked myself that question many times.
Make a fuss. I'm fine.
He doesn't even look tortured. Like, at least fuck up his face. He got called the N-word. It'd be funny if they did at least reference it, like, he called me the N-word. Oh. And then all his allies are like, no, there's nothing worse than that. Listen, okay, the worst part is, too, if they really wanted to torture a woman, there's some shit they could do. There's no way the game would ever fucking do that, either, you know? I'm so fucking tired of this shit. I'm tired. Can I just shoot people now? That's all I want to do. That's the only reason people even play these fucking games.
nice little
Imagine what
choice.
we could be seeing instead of this. We could see, like, men nearly freezing to death on the front line. We could, I don't know, fucking anything's better than this. I mean, I want to know how many, like, influential game developers Sam Maggs slept with. It's got to be a few, at least. I can't remember. I know she wrote for, like, several games at this point. I don't remember the list, but it was like, man, if you haven't written anything good ever, how do you keep getting work? Man, are these like the richest people in Russia? I mean, like, Jesus. At the time period, like, look at how nice this looks. Is this in itself propaganda? Remember, okay, I mean, some of it I showed in the video. Remember how Stalingrad looked in World at War? It was half destroyed, you know? Obviously, this is before the German occupation or whatever, but my point is, like, this is shit. This is boring. I don't like this. Thank God. Thank God I could do something. I have player choice. But yes, look at how peaceful and prosperous communist Russia is, man. Yeah, look at this. This is what we could have, guys. We could have this if we just give up all our rights. We could play violin. I feel like I'm playing Assassin's Creed Russia right now. I mean, obviously with even more simple climbing, but honestly, they probably should make Assassin's Creed Russia. I mean, why not? They've already ran out of ideas anyway. Oh my god. Look at her eyes. You guys saw that? Holy shit. Okay, wait a minute. How lucky the bombs dropped all. This game is shit. It's shit. The campaign is absolute shit. Look at those fucking eyes, though. I kind of want to get a good thumbnail shot of that. I legit have nothing to say. My brain is fucking turning off, guys. I mean, nothing about this is engaging at all. It's literally like, whoa, look at how much shit we have to pay all of these graphic artists to do something, right? You know, don't hire any programmers, don't hire any, you know, actual game designers who know what they're doing. Let's just hire like 5,000 artists. Wait, let's see if I can get the Nazis to execute me. Do it! Okay, good. Listen, I'm supposed to be a strong, independent woman. Why couldn't I just beat them in hand-to-hand combat? I should be able to overpower 10 men at the same time. Okay. That's realistic. Totally would happen. That's what movies taught me.
Lino, what have you done? You have to leave Stalingrad. Now.
This is actually worse than how Ubisoft does it. Actually worse. Just let me kill people. You know, I know it gets tired eventually to shit on Zoomers all the time, but that's who's buying these games. I mean, soon it'll be, I don't know, what do they call them? Gen Alpha, I think. Basically, anybody born in, like, 2011 or later is now a new generation. You know, basically just Zoomers 2.0. I doubt there's any difference, like, fundamentally. But it's like, god damn, like, why? Why do people buy this shit? Why did I buy this shit? That's a great question. You know, someone's gonna bring it up. It's like, oh, you bought the game. Well, yeah, because I'm trying to review games. That's why. That being said, I shouldn't have bought this game regardless. I just kind of wanted to talk about a Call of Duty game. Especially, I think this one will be the easiest to shit on. You know, like when Infinity Ward's next one comes out, that might actually be good. Maybe not amazing, but it'll be better than this, right? Wait a minute. No, don't tell me. No, say it. Say the line. Come on. Come on, it's a modern game. Oh, alright. They're leaving it ambiguous. Yep, there's my dad. No, dad. He was already dead. I mean, okay, I bet he was dying, and I was supposed to be like, oh no, what are my dad's final words? God, you don't even... Look, I know not all old games let you get away with that either, but still, come on, man. The player choice has no meaning anymore. There's no such thing. The only player choice you get is, which gun do I want to pick up out of, like, the 5 guns in this level? That's not player choice. You know, there's plenty of people, if you played games long enough, you know, you kind of look for interactivity type of stuff. That's why people were very impressed with MGS5, right? The story was... I mean, I've heard some people, because there was a guy who made a video essay on the story that, you know, apparently the story is actually really good if you, like, listen to all the audio logs, blah, 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 blah. There's no way I'm doing that, and you shouldn't have to do that. But the gameplay in MGS5, I mean... The options it gave you, yeah, it was pretty damn fun. I mean, I'm not going to pretend that it wasn't. Games rarely give you, you know, any amount of real, like, player interactivity anymore. Where's the Last of Us 2 stream? Listen, do I need... You guys want me to be a hypocrite and buy that game. I thought... Didn't you guys say you wanted me to do that at 50,000 subs? I might, maybe. This woman is like a spider person or something. She's like squeezing. I'm not even prone. I'm just like magically squeezing through these spaces. I'm imagining her like she has like 2 more arms or like legs or some shit. I want to see that in third person. Her full spider mode. Can you play as the Germans? Not in single player you can. There's 0% chance that you could play as them in this campaign. I mean, in multiplayer, I don't know if this is still the case. I know it was the case in the beta, and you better believe I'll comment on it if it is the case. But in like the beta, it was your team versus enemy team. You know, neither one was the Nazis, right? And I already have my rebuttal prepared for that. If you guys know who, you guys probably know who Extra Credits is, right? That channel. Sad to say, I watched them like 8 years ago. Yeah, probably about 8 years ago. They were actually pretty okay. But god, they have become such a nuisance on this industry. Extra Credits made a video about multiplayer and Nazis. I guarantee you, despite the fact everyone hated that video, that had influence on this whole, like, your team versus enemy team thing that they're doing. I think there were videos saying how teams should just be colors instead of named groups. Some other dickhead who should probably be downvoted into oblivion, I'm sure. Yeah. This shit I want to say here, I can't say it though. You just can't say it. I'm just... If the objective is torture to get information out of the enemy, and she's a woman, what's the first thing? The first thing you would think of to get the info out of her? Now, again, these games are made for children. So I don't expect them to show that. Yeah, do it like 5 more times, please. 5 more.
Tell me, what other missions?
If I ever make it, guys, I'm so getting canceled. It's over for me. I mean, I don't even have a Twitter, though, so I wouldn't even know if I get canceled on Twitter. Aesthetic Man, does it ever bother you when you get ratioed on YouTube? Yeah, I mean, it does bother me. I mean, I'd be lying if I said it didn't bother me. Like, for example, I mean, it bothers me more when it's something that makes absolutely no sense. Like, the Deathloop review, that was one where I'm like, how is this, like, it must be a Reddit brigade. I can't even fucking talk. The Reddit brigade. Jesus. Brigade. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with me right now. I think my brain's turning to mush again. But I made like one comment about journalists. It had nothing to do with my opinions on the characters chosen for the game. I don't care. I was completely fine with it. Deathloop is not a fucking 10 out of 10 by any goddamn metric. No metric. Now, some people are probably thinking of like Doom Eternal or Suicide Squad. I'm over it, you know. But like Deathloop was one where I'm like,
When we get out of here,
really? Really?
thing I'm going to do.
Hey,
Yeah, the immersion is long dead. I don't care about anything. Like, Deathloop was already on sale less than a month after it came out, LMAO. Yeah. Doesn't surprise me. I heard that it sold better on PS5, probably because there aren't that many games out for it. And that's not even... I'm not shitting on the PS5 by saying that. There's reasons, obviously, but, you know, on PC it didn't sell for shit. I know that for a fact.
I know you as a sixth man. What did you want with that plane?
You Nazis. You make me miss fighting in the stinking Pacific.
I want to know what else.
Why did this guy get more torture than the black man and the woman? Oh, don't answer that, because I already know why. But really? Do I have to point this out? Do I have to... I'm ready for the dislikes on that review, because I'm fucking gonna point it out. I'm gonna point it out, dude.
Told the story, it was a little different.
I mean, this is fucking pathetic.
Ring of Zero.
The weird part about this is knowing the length of Call of Duty campaigns. What's probably going to happen here is we're going to get our backstory mission for all the characters, and then we're going to get one final mission. And then we're supposed to feel attached to them because they had one backstory mission each. I was going to bring up some other thing. I'm like, I've already digged myself a grave by now. It's like, man, they really, really want to be like, everyone fought in World War II. Every combination of human, you know what I mean? Millions of one race and gender, millions of one race and gender, you know, different nationalities, obviously, fought. Hispanics made up 3% of the armed forces in World War II. Well, that, I guess that's not, like, horrendously bad like I thought it might be, but I don't know. You know what this feels like? This feels like being, like being Tails in Sonic 2, where I feel like I'm doing something, but I'm not doing anything. You know what I mean? It's like when you pretend to plug in the second controller for like your 5-year-old younger brother or some shit. You know? Like, does this look like I'm actually doing anything?
Really?
Now shoot him too.
To me again.
You know what that scream sounded like? That sounded like, remember those, this was a famous, like, meme thing. Remember the gay dudes? I don't even know what the show was, but the guy who cries like, yeah. You guys know what I'm talking about? I already know you know what I'm talking about. The fucking, oh my god. That's
What is going on?
Hitler is dead.
Oh, Hitler did die. There goes my prediction. I wanted the sniper chick to kill Hitler, then this would have, like, gone to an 11 out of 10. Yeah, I still love you. Exactly, yeah. Yeah. You guys, you know, when I first saw that, you know what I thought of? Have you guys seen Sharknado? Do you remember in Sharknado where the guy shot a shark directly out of the tornado with the handgun? That's what that fucking was. The guy like, oh, you know, let me fucking shoot this plane out of the sky with my fucking 1911 or whatever the fuck. God damn. I hate this. I hate this so much. Yeah, this is bad fan fiction. There is no... there's nothing historical about this whatsoever. What do I think of Steam banning crypto NFT games? Well, I certainly have no investment in NFTs, and I don't know. It's literally just... I don't know how much it realistically actually matters. I don't know. The type of games that would use crypto and NFTs would be scams, probably. Because here's the thing. The reason you need to worry about NFTs is because that's gonna be the future of microtransactions, basically. Like, not for all games, but you better believe, I think EA made a statement that they wanted to put NFTs in their games, because they already know they can part all the idiots from their money. You know, if they could do that with unique digital, you know, items that only certain people can have or whatever, then they will. Yeah, isn't that fucking nuts? Like, that's actually a really good point, Alias. That, yeah, they don't make stealth games, but they'll force stealth, really shitty stealth, into every game. Chaz UBCS, thanks for the $5. Another cookie cutter war game that is making me fall asleep as you play it. It is so incredibly sad that the state of gaming has come to this trash. Yeah, I think that sums it up pretty much. I just, you know, if you cut out every single cutscene and purely scripted sequence, this would be a 7 out of 10. You know, not amazing, you know.
Maybe not.
What? They didn't pat her down? She just had knives? Really? Come on, man. Yeah, Mary Sue moment. Yeah, that's correct. Absolutely. At what point do you just start backhanding a bitch? These are the fucking Nazis, man. Remember when you could just play games and not be forced into walking sequences? So, well, at least, I mean, I'm okay with them putting, you know, guns that technically existed that weren't really used in. That's fine, because how else do you vary World War II? We've used all the guns in, like, every game by now. So, I mean, that's fine. Oh, no. Oh. That would have been, like, the 6th or 7th time the stream I would have died from dog. She's Doomslayer now. I really wish that she would have been the one to kill Hitler. I mean, if they're already playing pretend World War II, why bother keeping the whole Hitler killed himself thing? I don't know. Look at, okay. Again, risking getting in trouble again. This is a woman who's carrying her dying brother while also, you know, holding like a Makarov or Tokarev or whatever in her other hand, and is fucking like, how? Why do I care? I don't know, man. I don't know. Why do I care? Because it hurts. It hurts. I'm sure, like, people have shown pictures of female snipers from World War II, but none of them, like, carried a man and also killed a bunch of people. Come on. This is so painful. This is unbelievably painful. Also, I don't know what keeps happening to all these character close-ups. It's like the level of detail is glitching out or something, but, like, his face looks like fucking clay, dude. Stay on script, Synth. I know, I'm trying. But it hurts, though. It hurts so bad. It's like, this is... I'm not trying to be like, you know, one of those kind of like, self-righteous, like... I don't even know what to call them, really. But you know what I'm talking about. Like, the conservative type of people are always like, you're shitting on World War II, real people died, you know, that kind of thing or whatever, but it's so bad, it's so bad. I swear, she should have fucking fireman carried her brother and, like, shot, then it would be, at least make it, like, super exaggerated, you know what I mean? Like, imagine if she, like, carried 3 men on her back and, like, also had an MG42 and, like, mowed down 100 people. Then I would laugh. Then it would be great. Like, it would be ironically hilarious. But no, they're trying to make you take this fucking seriously. You know, if any stream gets a highlights, it'll probably be this one. Because I think there's enough interesting parts in this 5-hour mess that, you know, it might actually be worth releasing as just like a pain video. I'll at least use small clips of it in the review for sure. Are you really giving me a climbing tutorial? You think I forgot? It was only like 2 hours ago. Remember when Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon mocked itself with the tutorial? Yeah, that was like that was actually legitimately funny. Like, I don't always, in fact, I'd say probably most of the time I don't like video game humor, but Blood Dragons was written actually pretty decently. I laughed. I 100% laughed. I'll show the patriarchy. You get shot immediately after. They're literally sending like 100 men to kill one Russian sniper woman. You ever just ask yourself if you hate video games? I feel like I'm having one of those moments where I'm like, you know, maybe like 12 years ago I would have enjoyed this. But after playing like, you know, hundreds of more video games, I'm like, this is the worst thing in the world. The only thing that would make this worse is if it turned into like one of those Far Cry hallucination things. You know what I'm talking about? Like all the Far Cry bosses are defeated in like some drug trip thing. Let's see how dumb this guy is. Can I literally walk around him? Who made this? Who made this? Who? That is the oldest trick in the book. Oh my god. People are gonna think I'm exaggerating. They're going to when I talk about this shit in the review, where it's like, this is... I don't have the words anymore. I just don't. Why does he keep... Why wouldn't he shoot her? She was on the ground after being hit. I feel like this is... I'm trying not to dwell on this stupid shit. I'm really not, because... Like, I'm getting to, like, Mauler territory, sort of. Again, I'm not trying to talk shit about Mauler. I feel like it keeps coming up for some reason. But my point is, this is too dumb. It's just too dumb. Okay, before I kill this guy, listen to this. There's like an echo in the air when I swing my knife.
You won't be doing anything.
You hear that? I don't know if you can hear that. You might have to have headphones. But it almost sounds like a gunshot or something. Of course he dropped his gun. He had a gun. Did he run out of ammo? I mean...
Stalingrad! He's finished!
I should go on EFAP. If they invite me on EFAP, I might go.
They've killed more of you.
I mean, why not? I probably won't talk that much, because honestly I'm not a social butterfly, exactly, but that could be fun. Truly, this is Sledgehammer's Reznov right here. This is what we get. Truly an inspiration.
Her actions inspired the Russians to take back their city and go on the offensive.
She alone inspired the Russian people.
Helena changed the course of the war for the Allies. With that reputation, it was only a matter of time before we found her.
Dude, so basically, like, this squad, they're superheroes. They're World War II superheroes. This is like G.I. Joe for... Fuck it, I'll say it. It's like G.I. Joe for queers. That's what we're playing right now. I mean, this is fucking... It's only a matter of time till I get blacklisted on YouTube, guys. It's only a matter of time.
All I know is
Agents of Mayhem, yeah. Yeah, kinda.
I was sent to kill.
Where will you go after YouTube? I don't know, I'd probably still stick around on YouTube, but I might have to look into other ways of supporting the channel, you know? I don't think I would ever leave YouTube because there's no sizable alternative.
I ain't gonna be the next sacrifice in your crusade, Tommy.
How many times has that happened in a story? This is what Sam Maggs was hired to write on. Like, I want to know how much of this is her doing and how much is just like some corporate assholes who never wrote anything. I mean, I'm sure it's a mixture of both, but in any case, that's been in every fucking movie ever. Oh, let's fake a prison fight. Okay, so I did take a couple of breaks, but accounting for the breaks, we're about 4.5 hours in the campaign, right? They're still introducing our characters. We already know. After everyone gets their backstory, it's gonna be like one mission, then it's over. Why are they still wasting time on this shit, dude? Why do I get so many dislikes on videos? You make good and actual critical content. I think you answered your own question. Real criticism is not, it's not allowed. People don't want real criticism. That's it. They don't want a real opinion. They want flowery criticism. You know, constructive criticism. I give constructive criticism. I'm just not going to sugarcoat it. You know what I mean? I'll call shit shit. What do you think about these pseudo-intellectual, rational YouTubers that play conformist and centrist opinions on each critical video? Some ordinary gamers critical. That's the way to stay monetized on YouTube. You know what's funny? Actually, this was something I kind of wanted to talk about on a stream. I used to be a big fan of Critical before he ever showed his face. There were pictures of his face leaked, I believe, before... I can't remember exactly. I watched him like 8 years ago. It was a really long time. In fact, he started doing like a New Vegas like guide. I think he was doing like an achievement guide or some shit. Those were like the first videos on his channel. And his voice was more monotone back then too. Since he showed his face, it actually has slightly more emotion in his voice, ironically. And I loved Critical's videos. I'm not gonna say that they've aged well, but I laughed at a lot of his shit, especially like when he did those like Billy Mays like voiceover things. I feel like ever since he showed his face, like he's become the most like milquetoast, like generic ass YouTuber. And yeah, Mudahar is kind of another good example where it's like Mudahar kind of reminds me a little bit of like early Jim Sterling. I mean, maybe better than that, but where it's like, oh, he's very anti-corporation, as if that means anything really. And he's not even, I mean, I haven't watched enough of his videos to make a huge, like, judgment on him, but he seems like the type of guy who's very much a casual gamer, but made a shit ton of money commenting on drama and stuff. Almost like a bland version of Keemstar in some ways. Oh, you guys saw Keemstar's retiring, right? Yeah, that's funny. The amount of, that guy got shit on by so many people. I mean, he deserves most of it, but I just find it funny that, like, YouTube broke him. It finally broke Keemstar, you know? Because that's basically what he said in his video. YouTube is the reason he's retiring. Leafy was a good example of YouTube exposing its boundaries. Leafy pushed every limit and got banned. Yeah. It shows that, you know, even some of the biggest people on the platform, you know, if you go too far, you know, you'll get annihilated. Yeah, no, Critical, the old Critical is dead, pretty much. He's a living meme at this point, and not even, like, a particularly funny one. Am I enjoying the game? Fuck no. No. No, I stopped having fun like 3 hours ago, almost, probably. Yeah, you'll better believe, I'm not even going to say it, but you better believe I'm not going to piggyback on any social, I'm not going to jump on any social movements for anybody. Like, it's not going to happen. I don't even care if it's on my team. It's just not worth it. Like, why the fuck would you do it? I talk about video games. I shouldn't even be as political as I am, but I am because games get political. Thanks, guys, for the, you know, I mean, you know, it is what it is. I wish it didn't get this way, you know. I'm sure you've seen the memes where it's like, I just wanted to play video games, you know. That's how I feel, pretty much. It's like, if it wasn't for Gamergate, you know, I mean, obviously probably something like that would have happened eventually, but I would not give a shit about any of this. I think, when I think back, before that, my only exposure to outright political things was like Mass Effect 3, because that got kind of political about the ending, you know. They turned it into like a gamers hate developers thing, even though it had nothing to do with developers. There was other shit. I don't remember the exact timeline. Yeah, I watch G-Man Lives sometimes. The only problem I have with G-Man Lives is a similar problem I have to ACG, where sometimes they're just a little bit too positive. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm too negative, but I think they have lower standards for games than I do. I mean, it's never like, oh wow, this game is shit. I can't believe this guy deceived me. It's more like G-Man Lives will hype up a 6 or 7 out of 10 game to like a 8 out of 10. You know what I mean? It's not like a huge jump, but it's like noticeable enough that I'm like, you know what I mean? I don't think they're being paid. It's just like, well, ACG is getting review copies, obviously, but you know, I don't know. I hate video games, I guess. Maybe that's what it is. Have you ever watched Worth a Buy? I've heard people hype him up as one of the good ones, so I might have to watch him. If he's good, I'll add him to the list.
You sort your papers.
Ah! I can't believe it!
Stick with the rats, Jacobs. You might learn a thing or two.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? Like, come on, man. There are games that account for that. I've played games. I think Far Cry, actually. If you throw a grenade near an ally, they'll run away. Not even in fucking Call of Duty. Have I watched Invincible? I did. I did not like it as much as most people. I didn't hate it, but I'm going to be honest. I did not like, Invincible himself. I forgot, his actual name. I mean, I loved Omni-Man. That's it, right? Omni-Man? Yeah, okay, there you guys said it. Yeah, I loved Omni-Man. Every time Omni-Man was on screen, it was great. I hated everything related to Invincible. Obviously, I hated his girlfriend. I can't remember her name. She's cancer. Absolute cancer character. God damn it. Yeah, Invincible was... I mean, it wasn't terrible at all, but it was also like, man, this is too cringe. Like, imagine if you drove up the pathetic level of Peter Parker to 11, and that's Invincible. Like, holy shit, dude. It's too much. It's too much. Yeah, but Omni-Man was awesome. I loved Omni-Man. Especially, you beat your son nearly to death. That's just like... That's great. That's fucking good. In this day and age, that's very rare to see something like that.